So you know what I did today?
What's that?
I reworked my whole schedule. And
you sent me an itinerary.
I sent you an itinerary. I hauled ass to make sure I could be home and ready to ride.
Yep.
And you were like, everything's good.
Yep. And then I had to go to New Mexico to get a puppy.
And you didn't show up. I'm like, dude. But you were getting a new puppy.
So, I always think of Vail as your house.
Yeah. Vail's a suburb east of Tucson for our listeners outside of Tucson.
This person said Vail, and I thought, I'll be right down the street from Josh. No big deal. I didn't know it was halfway to New Mexico. So. Yep. Evidently, Vail is a big place.
And Dane's got a new puppy. What kind of puppy is it?
Aussie Shepherd.
Aussie Shepherd and brand new, 6 week, 14 weeks. 14 weeks. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Brand new puppy. It's out playing with Mocha, our bougie golden doodle.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yes.
So we've got an interesting topic today. We, if you go all the way back to episode 1, like the very first episode of the Mountain Cog podcast, you'll remember that we had an episode called Everything in the Desert Wants to Kill You. And in there, we talked a lot about like all the different animals and creatures and cactus and the heat and everything in the desert that wants to kill you. If you are a mountain biker, you spend time on the trail, inevitably you're going to run into creatures, insects, stuff all the time.
Yep.
So we thought it would be super cool to kind of reach out to our audience, which we did on Facebook. Yep. And much to my chagrin, Dane told me that Facebook was the platform we need to use. And I'm like, Facebook's for old people. What the hell are you talking about?
Communicate. Like I like Instagram because of pictures and videos, but I have a hard time communicating, on Instagram versus Facebook. And then God knows I can't email to save my life. And, But other than that, it's just a place that I can navigate. So.
I still think it's the old person platform, but
I'm old.
You are. Yeah. We've established that several times, but you were right because we put, and we have more Instagram followers than we have Facebook followers, but we put it out.
Yeah, but they're watchers.
They're watchers, not engagers.
They're lurkers.
Lurkers.
So which is fine. I'm a lurker too. Sometimes I lurk for 2 hours at a time, So
it might not be okay. Anyways, you were absolutely right. So put it on Instagram. Nobody responded. Put it on Facebook and dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of people responded. So we've got an awesome set. And the question was, we had a really cool picture of a bird, his mouth wide open. That was I thought was enticing, black background. And I said, you got a story and tell us your best story about encounters with animals.
Yeah.
Or creatures in general.
We had so many, you put them in categories.
I did put them in categories. And so we are going to go through today and talk about some of the encounters that our listeners have had with different creatures. We thought that'd be an interesting podcast. What are the categories that we got? I know you got a list.
We got bears. We got birds, owls, and bats.
Yep.
We got big cats, insects, snakes, and other reptiles. Big animals. Cattle and moose.
Yeah.
So these are from all over the country.
These are not only from all over the country, they're from all over the world.
Yeah.
We got some crazy things in here.
Small mammals. How is that different? Like a cat?
No, this it's like skunks, but then also wallabies and kangaroos. I didn't know where to put the guys from Australia that wrote in with wallabies and kangaroos. I don't even know the difference between a wallaby and a kangaroo.
You don't mess with the kangaroos. You ever seen one of those guys flex? Oh my God.
Yeah, I've seen some videos about them. But so I think that's the category. We've got kangaroos, wallabies, skunks, foxes,
and then
dogs.
Mythical creatures,
which probably is my favorite category of all of these.
I'm reading some of these.
Yeah,
totally get it. Oh yeah, I think I've seen most of these.
So. All right, it starts out with bears, and I have a dad joke for every one of these categories.
Okay. We'll start with so we're doing bears. So what's your dad joke?
So here's my dad joke for bears. What kind of shoes do bears wear?
Adidas.
They don't wear shoes because they have bare feet.
Oh, you got the button working. Nice.
I just randomly hit one and it seemed to work.
All right. So here's our first bear.
So our first bear story. Go for it, Dane. Tell us which listener.
Are we doing last names too?
Yeah, might as well.
All right. Michael Bond. This happened to him in Canada. So a bear cub in Whitehorse, Yukon, left the van, rode a few miles, and figured out I forgot my bear spray. got the bear spray. 1 mile later, a chonky. Is that a name?
Yeah.
Okay. A chonky little bear in the middle of the trail.
I think he's trying to say chunky.
Okay. Gotcha. That's okay. Cause I do
using
that stuff
like
all the time.
Canadian slang.
Mine is usually talk to text mistakes, but, chalky or something like that'll come up. Really wanted to whip the phone out and take a photo, but didn't want mama to show up, which is smart. Cause I'll tell you what, mama bears don't mess around.
So have you ridden anywhere that's like bear?
Oh yeah.
Like laden? Like where have you ridden that's got tons of bears?
So I've mentioned before, my dog's name is my old dog, Whistler. And so that was at Whistler.
Yeah, lots of bears in Whistler.
Yep.
Huh?
Yeah. And I remember coming down one of the runs, coming across the ski run, the trail kind of would come across it. And there was a black bear right in the middle of the trail. I almost hit it.
Oh, wow.
And just kind of turned off the trail, got onto the ski slope, and then popped back up on the trail and was able to get out of there. But they would actually walk through the Whistler Mountain Village and just hang out. People were like, yeah, you just shut the door, and they just walk on through. They're really used to them. But my wife, we wouldn't let her go hiking on any of the trails by herself because of the grizzlies. So these are little black bears that were pretty tame-ish. And then off in the trails where you go hiking, there was grizzlies.
Yeah, grizzlies are bad.
Yeah.
So we went up to Alaska, I guess last summer, and we rode with some mountain bikers. Shout out to Andy Kloop and his family, and Allison, his wife. And they ride with little bells on their bike.
Bear bells.
To share, and then they no matter what they're doing on the trails, they always have bear spray with them.
Yeah. So I had none of that because I'm from Tucson. And
we don't have a bear problem in Tucson.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
And I even forgot my gloves, had to buy them there. But yeah, the bear bells I think are a great idea. I think we need them here too, just when we're on the fast descents. So we have those little bells that you can turn on and off. And I got one from Tyler brought me from Switzerland.
Yeah.
That's instead of being this mechanical thing that we sell in the shop, timber bell is what they're called.
Yeah.
This thing has got a magnet sewn into like a Cordura flap. And it comes around, and that magnet holds the little dinger inside the bell.
Say that again.
The little dinger.
Yeah. I just needed that audio clip so I
got
could
a little
use that.
dinger.
That's even better. That's perfect.
Listen.
This is going to be the audiogram for this episode.
I just need to tell you about my little dinger. We're going to get shirts for that one.
The little dinger.
Want to see my little dinger? I can do this all night.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. So your little dinger.
Okay. Anyway, this magnet comes up and stops it from ringing, and then you just pull it around and re-stick it to the outside of the bell, and it rings. So it's super simple. It's really cool. So
I'm having a hard time visualizing that. So maybe you can send me a link and we'll put it in the show notes.
Yes, I'll get you a picture of my little dinger.
Please don't send me a little dinger pic.
You don't want a little dinger pic?
I don't want a little dinger pic. I've had more than I could handle.
Oh.
All right. So Corey Scott also said he was riding in Alaska and he came up on 3 bear cubs less than 50 feet from them. Mama was nowhere to be found, and I did an about face and went in the other direction really quickly, right?
Yeah, I'm serious. Like every bad thing you hear usually is either a grizzly or mama bear.
Mama bear.
Yeah.
Got to watch out for those mama bears.
Do you think it's true that if you run downhill, you can outrun them?
Hell no.
No, I mean, that's what they say. Don't climb a tree. And I've seen a bear. You ever been to Bearzona? This is up in northern Arizona. There's a whole.
Yeah, it's like just south of Sedona, right?
No, it's north near. Oh, geez.
What am I thinking of? There's like a wild
almost to the Grand Canyon.
Okay.
So north of Flagstaff.
Okay.
And it's a bear refuge, and then they have a drive-through park, which is really cool. So you get to see the bears. And but I saw these tree climbing bears, and man, they can go up the trees fast.
It sounds like that's something you made up. Tree climbing bears.
No, it's true. And you look, and they're up in the trees. You're driving through, so it's kind of like a little what do they call it? Safari park, where you get to drive through and you keep your windows up.
Yep.
And then you go through these little cattle guard things. But yeah, it was pretty cool. So I got one from Aaron.
Yeah, he was in California.
Yeah, Sierra Nevada mountains, flying down a trail, came around a bend face to face with a black bear. See, I think it's just a matter of black bears want to ride. I think they're jealous.
Yeah.
And they're upset that they can't ride bikes. You've seen them in the circus,
riding bikes.
Yeah. Currently there is nobody making a bear-sized bicycle.
That might actually be a good picture for this actual episode is a bear riding a bike.
So Aaron said he got this crap scared out of him. And then he flew off the trail one way and ran off the other. So they like cartoonish. Yeah. Cartoonish.
But the interesting thing with all these bear encounters is that like none of them actually, it's all like I ran into a bear and the bear ran away or ran into the bear.
Yeah.
So like,
thank God nobody's like, I got mauled to death.
Well, they probably wouldn't be commenting on Facebook. Maybe that's an obvious comment. Yeah. But I think if someone had a friend that got killed by a bear, they'd be like, my buddy got eaten by a bear. And that would be definitely been one of the comments we got. Couple more here. So Lois. Is it Lois?
Yeah, it's not even her real name. So I know Lois. She's
Lois. We were with Lois
at Graham.
We were at Lois in Mount Graham. Yeah, she's badass, dude.
She's
totally badass. Shout out to Lois.
Old downhill pro.
She said grizzly on a trail we were doing night in the 80s, going from North Vancouver to Squamish on a ridge, and the grizzly wouldn't get off the trail. I got a Lois story. So this chick, she's badass. We're down doing trail maintenance, and they're like, hey, do you guys want to do the hard trail that's like the crazy like hiking, or do you guys want to do the easy trail? And she's like, I want to do the hard trail. So I think everyone did. We went and did the hard trail. But she just texted Lacey like today. Yeah. And she said, hey, I bought a season pass to Sunrise. Yep. Yeah. And it comes with a buddy pass.
Nice.
So wink, wink. Let me know when you want to go.
There you go.
And she's like 65 or something like that.
She's
dude.
badass though.
Dude, she's like riding this crazy downhill shit. She's like kudos to Lois. Dude.
Yeah. Her and her husband, they're both great. I've ridden with them at Graham too.
Oh, right on.
And we keep missing each other at Sunrise, but I want to hook up with them at some point. And then Mike Ingram, he walked past a grizzly in Canada.
Yeah, in Banff.
And he said it was a good bear. Like, I can't, grizzly, like, scares the crap out of me. Now, we had an argument about bears. Grizzly bear and a brown bear. Somebody said brown bears are
Aren't they the same?
Well, that's what I said. And I guess they're just little offshoots.
Okay.
But it's technically the same. So
some like zoologist or whatever the right term is, like
somebody's going to correct us.
Mammalologist will tell us like, what's the difference between a brown bear and a grizzly.
Yeah. I think they're pretty close to the same thing, but there's some differentiation, but effectively the same. And they're both aggressive.
We have no idea what we're talking about. All right. We're going to move on to the next category here.
Okay. Birds, owls, and bats.
Birds, owls, and bats. And I have a owl joke here.
Okay.
You ready I got a joke for every category.
Okay.
Ready?
All right.
Which owl uses the most force?
Oh God. It's gotta be a Star Wars.
It is totally a Star Wars joke.
Man, I can't even think of it. Like, I'm not that clever. Go for it.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh God.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's
I said clever. I should have said I'm not that dumb. That's horrible. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Oh.
Sorry.
All right. Why don't you read Sean's, because it is a long one.
Oh, you got to do it, man.
Oh man. Okay, Sean.
This is the hawk, right?
Let's see. He was riding the trail called Badgers and Barrels. Let's see. Big wash trailhead. He saw a large shadow of a hawk on the ground. As he was putting away, he didn't think anything of it. A few seconds later, he was slammed in the back of his helmet hard enough to pitch his head forward almost to the bars.
Pedaled his ass off.
This is at night, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And so then he pedaled his ass off, and then anything just to get away from it. Looked at his helmet to shake off the shock, and then he, let's see. So he just checked out his helmet to make sure. So he's basically riding along.
And he sees
a shadow and then gets nailed in the back of the head, like the hawk took out his head or something.
That's crazy. So we were in my old office. We had a hawk nest. And
in your office? What? That's
no. It was
weird.
it wasn't in my office. It was at my office. Okay. It was outside the front door. I went into a side door, and there was a hawk nest, and we had signs up that said "Warning, Hawk Nest." And when they had, I don't even know what you call a baby hawk. Little baby hawks.
Yeah, they dive bomb you.
Yeah. No shit. And I got hit in the head a couple times by those stupid hawks coming down, and they're just protecting their young.
Yeah.
So chances are this guy, what's his name? His name is Sean Charlson.
Yep.
Charlson.
It may be spelled wrong.
Yeah. Well, I don't think so.
C-H-L-C-H Larson.
Charlson. Larson.
Or maybe we should just say C.H. Larson. That sounds
C.H. Larson.
That sounds like a author.
Sean C.H. Larson. I'm pretty sure he must have ridden by a hawk nest right when they had babies, and that thing came down to protect him.
Jilly's grandma, where she stays, they had a huge pine tree in the front of their yard. Yeah. It's actually in the neighbor's yard, right in front of their house. And they had a hawk family, and they would dive bomb. The neighbor used to have to leave her house with an umbrella. No joke. Like it, and they, I forgot what they had to do because they're protected. So they couldn't get rid of them. They couldn't get rid of them. I think eventually they had to actually get the tree. The tree's gone now.
The tree got removed.
I'm not even kidding.
Yeah. Because that hawk, by my work, it came back every year. I mean, there was like a couple months a year that we had to like dive bombing hawks. Yeah. Well, Sean, we recommend that you ride with an umbrella.
Yeah, either that or maybe, I don't know. I've never seen that. So we had on Honeybee Trail, which is pretty tame, we would go as fast as we could. And 2 of my buddies have slammed into
Nighthawks, the ones that
they bed down right in the trail, and then as you're coming around the corner, they fly into the air, and both of them hit them in the chest, and I guess Luke just screamed his head off. And sorry, Luke, I'm calling you out on this, but
did he scream like a girl? Or
pretty
like
much like a girl, like yeah. I don't know what I would have done. I can't say
you
I
probably would have done the same thing.
Any manlier, but it just surprised the hell out of him. So,
well, Lee Nevin says here that he got hit in the face. I'm assuming Lee's a man, but Lee got hit in the face by a bat. It felt very cold blooded. He says. Ew. I wonder, do you have to get rabies shots if you get hit in the face with a bat?
I don't know. I mean, luckily we're talking about a flying bat, not a baseball bat, but. Yeah, I don't know if it broke the skin. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
I love bats. I think bats are awesome. And
are you an Ozzy Osbourne fan?
No. Yeah, that was gross.
Ozzy used to bite the head.
I like to hang out. So I go over to our friend's house, Joe's, and we'll hang out on his porch, and you can see the bats dive bombing his pool.
Oh, to get the bugs.
To get the bugs. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So. Robert Reed. He had a barn owl flying just above his head. He didn't have. He just, he said he wished he had an action cam. That would have been cool. How
just
cool
to be riding and see a bat flying right next to you.
Yeah, that would have been awesome. So that was a barn owl. So and then
that was an owl.
Yeah,
and Ryan Butler said he got hit in the face. Yeah. Riding at night by an owl.
Oh wow, yeah. That they're not small. I had an owl in my yard, and we have these lights. I stick those solar powered lights randomly in trees around my house. Uh-huh. So if the javelina come through, we can see them. Yeah. And it's like a game camera, except we have to be looking. Yeah. It's not recording. And I saw the light pop on, and I went out and looked, and there was this huge owl just sitting on the ground. And I think it was really surprised that the light was on, and then it took off. But it was probably about 1.5 feet tall, so pretty big sized owl. So, and then the wingspan was huge.
They're crazy.
So, yeah.
Do you know how I know you didn't do your homework?
Why?
Because the next one is Justin telling the story about Luke getting hit by the Nighthawk.
So Justin was kinder than I was, because he said he made funny noises.
So this next guy, Michael Sullivan, he must either be in Canada or like the Midwest, because we dealt with this shit all the time.
Really?
Yeah, we dealt with geese.
Oh God!
And they would attack you on the ground. And most of my experience has been on golf courses or anytime you go by water. But this guy said he had 2 young ones, got too close to 2 adult geese that had 2 young ones. One adult took flight and started chasing me. He had to bolt fast.
I always hear about geese being just mean. So, and Canadian geese in particular. So
yeah, I'm surprised. This is more like bird related or flying related comments, and we just cherry picked a handful of these. Yeah. There was a lot more comments in there. And
this was bird, owls, and bats.
Birds, owls, and bats. And I apologize to our listeners if we didn't pick yours, but we trying to get through this roughly in an hour. So
now the next category is big cats. Do you have a joke?
I do. Okay. I do. I saw a mountain lion the other day.
Okay.
It almost made me poo my pants.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ. Puma. You get it?
Yeah.
Puma's a
yeah. It's a shoe, right?
There were yeah. Okay. Let's keep going here.
All right. Let's see. All right. Michael Beale.
Michael Beale.
Mountain lion crossing the trail 30 yards in front on an evening ride. That would freak me out. Like, one of the reasons I don't ride at night by myself is for stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I want somebody else with me.
I forgot to add it here, but and I have this listed as one of the things we talk about in the podcast in the past. I've talked about the fact that we've got Mexican jaguars that are up in southern Arizona now.
Yep.
And confirm that with the game can sighting. And we've had them throughout the years, a couple here. They've got really big territories, like 70 miles or 100 miles of territory that they roam on. And I'm pretty sure I saw one. Someone told me, or one of the comments from our listeners was that they saw a black coyote.
Oh.
And I had never heard of that before.
Yeah.
And so, have you heard of a black coyote?
No.
So I looked it up, and there's something like some really small percentage, like less than 10% of coyotes or 8% of coyotes are black, and it's some kind of mutation.
Oh, really?
So now I'm thinking that thing I saw
could have been a coyote.
Might have been a big black coyote.
You ever seen a Cudamunde?
I have seen Cudamunde.
Yeah, they're weird looking, and if you've never seen one, it will freak you out.
It's like a raccoon and a monkey together.
Yeah, it's just really weird.
A ringtail cat kind of.
I see the back end of them, and that's about it. Like, they're on the way out by the time I get to them. So,
all right. So Glenn Neinstadt came across a young mountain lion in California years ago. Came around a corner. They both surprised each other. We stopped and looked at each other. Mountain lion ran away and rode back and he rode back the other way. So
he's lucky, because in California, there's been quite a bit of mountain bikers attacked and killed, actually, by mountain lions. Like,
people.
And so I can't remember. There's this one area that it was like happened a couple times. But
so like typically when that happens, we had mountain lion that was roaming down here, and they ended up euthanizing it and found out that it had rabies. And, and usually there's something wrong with the cat to get it to come down and like interact with people.
Yeah, they have to really go past some barriers, but their chase instinct is a big thing. And if you're riding along, so I have a friend, Omar, was coming down Green Mountain Trail. Yeah. Him and his brother, I think, is the story.
It's like backside of Mount Lemon.
Yeah, it's part of the Lemon Drop. It's one of the trails you take, and coming up on General Hitchcock campground, which is you dump into, and there's a drainage, and he said he was coming down, and they felt like something was stalking them, and they stopped, and there was a mountain lion had jumped in between them.
Oh, wow.
So he had jumped onto the trail and was chasing the guy in front, which I think was Omar. And they both put their bikes in front of them, and they yelled and threw rocks, and finally got it to go away. But they said it was pretty freaky. So
what do you? We shouldn't be giving advice on this podcast, because I really don't know what the right thing to do is. But like, are you supposed to stop? Are you supposed to run?
I think what they did was pretty smart, because cats do have a chase instinct. They want to go after something. So if you're running, they're going to be faster, especially off road. You know. And so usually with bears, they say, make yourself real big and lots of noise, and just, within most aggressive animals, you do that. I think with cats, you're probably doing that too, but the chase instinct is where they want to just run after stuff.
Yeah.
So you definitely want to stop, maybe put your bike in front, and, they had two people, which was nice, because that's double jeopardy for the cat. And the animal at one point is going to go, is this worth it? Yeah. Because they're doing this for life and death. They're not joking around, Yeah,
they're trying to get food.
Yeah, and if it looks dangerous, they're not going to do it.
They're going to run. So. All right, so Chad Evans here, and Chad and I had a little chat that I didn't put in this, but he was riding in Florida, and he said he came up on a Florida panther while riding a fire road near the Everglades in Weston, Florida. Said he trotted in front of me about 40 yards as I slow pedaled to keep my I-9 hubs from making any noise. Can you slow pedal a set of I-9 hubs and make them not make noise?
That takes talent, but you can do it.
He said a rider came from the other direction and it spooked him. So I asked him, because I didn't know, like, what is a Florida panther? Is it like our jaguars? Is it like a bobcat?
Can I tell you what popped into my head?
Yeah, go for it.
An older lady.
Isn't that a cougar?
Yeah, well, no, but it's a Florida panther.
Okay.
So there's a difference. So she's got like a American flag jacket on.
Oh gosh.
And she's got those like big, huge rose glasses, the big ones.
Yeah.
And she talks like this.
And she's smoking.
Yes, and she's smoking, and she says, "Hey, young man, what are you doing tonight?"
All right, we're gonna All right, we'd like to apologize to any Florida Panthers.
She does have white shoes on.
Oh, it's always got to be white shoes, dirty white shoes. Anyways, so I wrote Chad and I was like, "Hey, what the f is a Florida Panther?" And is it black? Is it? I figured it was more like our Jaguars. And he posted a picture, and the picture he posted looked exactly like what we would call a mountain lion or a cougar here.
Oh, okay.
In Arizona. So I don't know if a Florida Panther is like the same thing as we would call a mountain lion or a cougar. So if you know, let us know, hit us up. Actually, and this is an interesting time to talk about this. If you didn't know this, every one of our podcasts now in the show notes has a little link at the top that says, contact the hosts.
Oh, nice.
And you can text us. It'll open up your text and it'll send us a text and then we'll respond to you. So it comes to us like fan mail. So if you want to send us some fan mail, we've gotten some already. Actually.
No way.
Yeah, for sure, man. And we haven't even announced that it was out there. I just loaded the new feature on our podcast host company, and I just loaded on every single episode. So
can I use it?
You can.
Okay.
You can, and then it'll come right back to you.
Be like, Dane, you look great today.
All right. So, oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. All right. So Chad Evans and his Florida Panther, not the kind of Panther. All right. This is the next long one by Shannon Waite Meacham.
Oh, so Shannon was on. This is a trip I was on.
You were here.
This is a guru trip we did to
go for it, man.
Durango.
Yeah.
This is after we left, so I'm gonna kind of paraphrase because I didn't read this.
Where is Hermosa? She's talking about Hermosa Creek. Where is that?
So we went to last year. One of our trips was to Durango, and so we went to Purgatory, which is the mountain. Used to be called Durango Mountain.
I'm going up there over 4th of July for the week.
Yeah. And so right behind that is Hermosa Creek, and so you can go up over the hill right behind the ski resort, and there's this Hermosa Creek area. There's lots of camping. It's really nice. And then there's a Hermosa Creek trail that goes from Hermosa Creek up at Purgatory down to the town of Hermosa. And it's like a 20-30 mile ride.
Oh, wait. Is there another one that goes from Pagosa down to Durango?
Are you from Pagosa?
I'm sorry, not from Pagosa. From Purgatory down to Durango. Because I've ridden that.
This one would be the closest thing to that because Hermosa is closer to Durango.
Okay,
like
that's probably what I rode.
Yeah.
What I rode because we started up at the mountain, then we basically ended up close to Durango.
Yeah, and I bet you that's it. And then so that ride, so we did all that as a group, and we went to Telluride one day.
Yeah,
so it was a great trip. And so Shannon and her husband hung out and camped after everybody left. They stayed for another, I think, week.
Right on.
So it says here that her and Brian, her husband, they camped longer and decided to go ride Hermosa again. It's a great trail, by the way.
Yeah.
They did it solo, and it's mostly downhill. Everybody's going to yell at me because I told the whole group
it's all downhill.
It's all downhill,
and it's not.
It is.
It's not.
Okay, I got to explain this on the air just so that's on the record. So
we go.
If you look at the elevation of this trail, it's all downhill except for like one little climb, and I do say little,
and it's like 3,000 feet of climbing.
I can't remember, but I think Bug Springs. Have you done Bugs?
No, look at me.
It's.
I barely survived. Like, what's that trail we just rode the other week?
It's a hike-a-bike, but it's less than a mile. It's probably quarter of a mile, right?
Okay.
And so I'm telling everybody, here's the thing. The first time I rode that, it was a creek, and you rode down the creek. It was all downhill, and then you had this one climb to get out to the forest road to then go right into Hermosa.
Yeah.
Since then, there was a fire, and they rerouted the trail, and they kind of started cutting it on the side of the hill up out of the creek because there was too much deadfall.
Right.
And so it really isn't any more downhill or uphill, but it's pretty flat and then slightly downhill, and you're at 10,000 feet. And so what happens is you start to bonk early, because you get,
and you're already 20 miles into the ride, right?
Yeah.
So you're a little bonked anyways.
Bonking. So everybody was like, "Oh no, this is death march. We're going to die." And we did. We came out at like 9 p.m. because it was so hard. But Shannon loved it, and she did it again. And so it says here that she was going down the same direction. She saw a mountain lion sashaying.
Yeah, kudos for using the word sachet in a Facebook post.
Yeah, like sashaying.
I don't think there's that. That's probably not a term that's used or a word that's used very often in Facebook posts.
Let's see. She came to a stop and started praying. Which is awesome. It kept walking away from her without a care in the world, like it didn't even care. and then disappeared around the corner. And she waited about 20 minutes and turned the music on her phone to full blast. So that's like that bear bell, giving some notice. And slowly headed down the trail, talking to herself in the line as she went.
Everyone's always busting our balls.
Yeah.
Like Mike, our old host, Mike. Shout out to Mike. How you doing, buddy?
Oh yeah, man. How's he? I hope he's doing well.
I'm sure he's doing well. We need to have him on at some point.
We need to go for a ride.
Yeah, for
That
sure.
would be great.
For sure. Yeah, we got to find the time. I keep asking him. It keeps not working out. He says he's going to. I signed up for the 100-mile Tour de Tucson.
Oh, nice.
So just because I've never ridden 100 miles, I figure I might as well go do it one time. And he's supposed to do it with me. But anyway, shout out to Shannon for using the word sachet.
Yes.
And in an episode here, Jeremy Simon, don't know.
Siem. I'm going with
Siemon.
Yeah, I'm going with Seaman.
Seaman. Okay. Yeah. Jeremy Seaman had a bobcat. Ran over a bobcat.
Oh, man.
And the reason I included this one was because he mentions that he was in Fort Ord.
Where's Fort Ord?
Do you know where Fort Ord is?
No.
All right. So my first assignment in the Air Force, I was assigned to the Defense Language Institute in Monterey, California. And there's an Army installation, kind of a defunct Army installation, a little bit north, just outside of Monterey, really close to where Sea Otter is, actually.
Oh, okay.
The Sea Otter Classic, the bike festival and race that happens every year. Anyways, that's Fort Ord. Okay. And that kind of like brought back memories of my youth. And so I included it for no other reason than this guy ran over a bobcat, and it happened when I first joined the military. Have you
run over anything on your bike?
All kinds of stuff.
Well, I mean, snakes. I've done lots of snakes, and those suicide mouse.
The suicide mice, I always try to miss. The snakes, I won't run over a snake on purpose. I always try to jump it, but occasionally you come around a corner, you don't have a choice.
They're all bony, cartilagey. Like I don't feel like it hurts them that much. You think it's going to crush them, but I think they're, I had a rattlesnake in my yard once, and I was going after it with a shovel because I was freaked out and I was young and I didn't know. And it was a very stout, thing, So I don't ever worry about running them over, but it's either run them over or stop ahead of time. No in between.
So. I will tell you, man. And again, like a reptilologist is going to call in and tell us, but I'm pretty sure that snake bodies are actually really, really, really delicate.
Okay, let's find out. I hope so.
We should find out. And my understanding is like rattlesnakes, the way they work, they strike and they back far away and they let their prey die from the poison. And then once the prey's dead, they come up and eat it. And the reason they do that is because their bodies are so fragile that a mouse that's like clawing and thrashing can actually damage and really hurt the snake.
Wow.
So my understanding is the snakes are actually really, really fragile. So that's my hypothesis. That's my belief. We'll find out if it's true. And I don't know. We'll probably never get back to you on that. But if someone knows the truth, again.
I would like to know that because I even tell people on the trail, like if you're the first person, don't put your brakes on. Like keep going. If that snake stretch across the trail, just keep going, because I've had friends who have literally locked their brakes up, flipped over, and landed on the snake, Or you could take Joanna Yates' skills course. Yes. And she will teach you how to bunny hop so you can bunny hop over the snake. Yes. Yeah. I just, sometimes there's not, I haven't, but then the second person is the one at the most risk, because now the snake is mad. And if it's a rattlesnake, it's coiling and getting ready. And so as soon as you're past the snake, you have to stop and let the next person know. Yeah. So, all right. So the next one's from Marty, and he had a couple things, but skip the first one. This I thought was interesting. He ran into something that he thought was a lost dog. He got off his bike to try to retrieve the dog, but what did it end up being? Okay. Mountain lion. I don't know how the hell. Dog. I don't know how the hell you, like, mountain lions are huge, by the way. I don't know how you mistake a mountain lion for a dog, Marty Hernandez. But good on you for trying to rescue the dog. Well, it'd be great if he got it in the car. Have you seen those memes with the guy that's got like a badger in the back seat? He's like found this dog, rescued this dog, and is really angry. What was the movie with Will Ferrell where his dad puts him in the car with a cougar to teach him how to? Was it Talladega Nights? Talladega Nights. Oh, shout out to Talladega Nights. All right, so we're moving on to the next category. All right, here. Insects, bees, and spiders. All right, I got a good joke here. You ready? Okay. My wife told me to take the spider out of the house, or to take the spider out instead of killing it. Okay. So we went out, had a few drinks. He's a nice guy. He's a web designer. I
I fucked it up at the beginning. I totally did. So surprisingly, not as many insect. There's a couple crazy ones in here, things I did not expect, and I had to research one of the things people sent over, but not as many insects as I was thinking. Like,
so the Wade Phillips one, the picture I can't see. Could you see it when he posted it?
Oh, hang on a second. Let me look because I
he said he had it hit him square in the face on an early morning ride.
Okay, yeah. So this hang on, I'm trying to get to the actual area.
If it's a spider, I'm just going to be all creeped out.
It is a spider.
Oh God!
And here, let me show it to you so you can take a look at it.
Oh God! Yeah.
So this was a 5-inch and what they call a banana spider.
Oh, just.
The reason they call them,
I hate spiders.
The reason they call them banana spiders is they often show up in shipments of bananas from like South American countries.
Yeah. Wasn't it arachnophobia that the spiders came from like bananas and then mated with something else? And then
I have not seen arachnophobia. So that
I think that
totally
movie
could be
me.
Real. But I did look up. Like these are often confused. There's something called an orb weaver spider that looks really similar to this. Yeah. And there is one of these in this like category that people like have lumped together as banana spiders. There's one from, Brazil that actually is very poisonous and can really mess you up. But they said they've only had like over 10 years or something, 9 instances of these spiders showing up in bananas. Oh, so. I guess I never thought to look at my bananas to see if there's spiders hanging out in there. But
we buy like 2 bananas at a time. Like, so I think we're pretty good.
Yeah, that's super crazy. The next one, this Joker, Dana Joan Higgins.
Dana John Higgins. I don't know who this guy is. Is that a guy or a girl?
I don't know. Dana? Who's That's Dane. That's Dane, by the way.
This is a true story. Brian Cowan, I think is his name, was out riding and he ran over a scorpion and it flipped up off of his tire onto his neck and stuck him in the head.
So I asked you a question. He never responded to me.
Oh, okay.
Like, here in the desert, we have a couple different kinds of scorpions.
Oh, I don't know.
The little ones, little like translucent or brown ones. Or
he's still alive.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even the worst scorpion sting is like a bee sting, like a bad bee sting.
Yeah.
So I don't think they kill you. Maybe kids and old people. You should probably be careful.
Yes. Because I'm old.
Because you're old. But the little tiny scorpions are actually worse than the big scorpions. So like if you see a big giant black scorpion, it won't really hurt you that bad.
Yeah,
but the little ones.
So my mom's cabin's in the woods, and we always were taught, bark scorpions are pretty bad. They're the little ones. So, and then Steven had a bee fly into his ear on a downhill.
Stephen Ruley.
Oh, thank you. And it stung the heck out of me. Ow. Could you imagine getting stung in your ear?
That would be awful. Like someone flicks me in my ear and it sucks.
Have you had them get into your helmet?
This is what surprised me. I have had bees fly into my helmet a dozen times probably over the 20 years. Like 2 weeks ago, I was riding on the loop on the west side, and I think we're going to post a episode tomorrow. So it'll be like 2 weeks ago. We would have posted an episode about the loop, so you can learn all about what that is. But I was riding on the loop, and I was trying to keep up with these. I was on my gravel bike. I'm trying to keep up with these roadies, and I'm grinding really hard. And a bee flies into my helmet, and I pull my helmet off, and I get the bee out, put my helmet back on, all while I'm still riding. And I get like 3 miles up the trail.
And another one?
No. And I noticed that my right earbud, like my Apple AirPod, is missing.
Oh, crap.
And I'm like, for the Christ's sakes, it must have fallen off when I was taking my helmet off. And I was so ingrained in like catching the roadies ahead of me.
And not dying
that I didn't pay attention to it. So I get out my phone. I look at Find My, and you can find your AirPods on there.
No way.
So I see my AirPod, and I'm like, okay, there it is. I can see it's 3 miles behind me. So I turn around and I go back towards it. And I'm kind of looking at my phone while I'm riding. And you're not supposed to do that, but I'm doing it anyway. So I'm looking at my phone while riding, and my AirPod's fucking moving.
No way.
And I'm like, what the hell?
Somebody picked it up.
And then I get closer and closer and closer, and it's moving and moving and moving. And then I see this like, what would you call him? Unhoused or unhoused person on a bicycle. And he's pedaling he sees me coming. He's pedaling as fast. He had picked up my AirPod and he rode away with it. And eventually I just let it go.
You didn't yell at him? Give me that back.
No, I didn't. I was too far away and whatever. I just let him go. And I was in one of the longest rides I've ever done. So I was like, I didn't want to add more miles by going back the other direction. I was already like kind of bonking. Anyways, so I bought a new set of AirPods. Mm-hmm. That's like $160 or whatever.
Jeez.
So then like a couple weeks later, I realized you can actually buy a replacement.
Just one.
So today I ordered it and today it showed up. So now I have 2 sets of AirPods.
I need 2 sets because I always lose one.
So if you lose an AirPod, just know you can buy a replacement for like $50.
That's much better.
Way better. Yeah. But a couple beast things on here. Yeah. Stephen Rule. And then Nancy gave us a
Harris.
picture.
Yeah.
She gave us a picture. I'll show you the picture. She's
I think Nancy. So Nancy is an old downhiller from No Brakes.
Really?
Yeah. She's awesome. I think she does a lot of sports nutrition now.
Oh, that's cool.
So she's pretty awesome. And we used to sell a helmet we called the Bee Catcher. It had
like mesh or something.
Yeah, it had screen over the front vents.
I need that.
I thought it was brilliant, and I haven't seen it in a long time. This is easily 10 years ago.
Ooh, we got a business idea. Maybe we can come up with like an aftermarket mesh system.
One of my buddies, Jim Nixon,
God damn it, already
liked the idea, and so he just hot glued some screen.
We could do something better than hot gluing.
But still, like,
it worked.
He didn't wait for somebody to make something. He's like, this is a good idea. And he just hot glued some. I'm pretty sure it was Jim Nixon. I can't remember. But man, I love that bee catcher. I sold that like crazy because
it happens a lot in Arizona.
Yeah. In the spring, when the flowers are going, the bees are going crazy and they're all over the place. And you get them in there. And you got to stop and pull your helmet off.
You can't just keep riding.
Yeah, no, it's going to sting you. That's for sure.
All right, we're changing categories now. I got another joke. What's our new category?
Snakes and other reptiles.
Okay, here we go. Most people think that rattlesnakes and cobras are very dangerous.
Yes,
but really, they are completely armless.
That's awful
because they don't have arms.
Yeah. That's not even the same word. Like, what's wrong with these people?
Well, Owly One Kenobi, that was good. Come on, man. They're not supposed to be great. They're dad jokes.
I know.
Jesus, Dane.
I know.
All right, what do we got here? What's our first one here?
Let's see. Spencer Thompson. Ran over a rattlesnake accidentally.
Yep. Probably killed it because they're weak.
No, that's not true. Stopped a ways ahead to see if he was okay. He was extremely angry. See, that's what I told you. They get ticked.
Yes.
And he looked around for a stick long enough to get an angry rattlesnake off the trail because he doesn't want the next guy. Once they're coiled, then you really, really got to be careful because they can jump quite a bit. When they're stretched out, they can't do as much. They can't
move.
Yeah. We had a couple riders, like I said, about a month ago. One of them, we were on our retro ride. We were taking our retro bikes out to the urban trail. We took our old ancient bikes and there was a rattlesnake and I stopped and told everybody, and it was striking at Tyler as he rode by. And,
wow.
Yeah. And Tyler's like, no, I was way around. Yeah. I had that kind of like, when you're looking from front on, I can't tell. My depth perception was bad.
Yeah.
It looked like it was striking right at him, but he said he was plenty out of the way. I think it struck after he went by. So
Lacey and I were riding 2 weeks ago, our e-bikes, and we went out like as far on the Arizona trails we could towards Mexico, up to like, I think what they call Green Gate. I don't know if you've ever been up that far. That was the first time I'd gone up that far.
Is this the one before the lakes?
It's after the lakes.
Oh, okay.
It's like pretty far. It's like the next gate after the lakes.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. I mean, it's cross country. It's great on an e-bike, not so great on a pedal bike. But we were coming back there and just coming down towards Gate Z. I had something like thump me really hard in the leg.
That would freak me out. Yeah.
And then I came back and I had a little trickle of blood running down my leg and one mark. And I thought, damn, I got bit by a snake or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. I was in the middle of the trail, so there was no branches or anything. I mean, I guess it could have been a random rock that flew up and hit me, but my story is I got bit by a snake and it was a dry bite.
That could be. Yeah. Spencer said that he was trying to look for sticks to get it off and he can't find them. So, and if that's here, I totally get that. But
there's no sticks here.
I usually shoo them off with my wheel. I'll put my wheel in front of them. and then I'll kind of block them with my wheel.
Yeah.
And then I'll have my other riders go by, and then I'll just kind of walk around and keep my wheel. Because if they're going to strike, they're going to hit a spoke or something. But honestly, as long as you leave them alone, they'll leave you alone. If you put it in front and just kind of make your way around, they don't want to strike. There was just an article about dealing with rattlesnakes in Arizona, and they were just really stressing that rattlesnakes are not aggressive. They're not going after you. They're not going to chase you. They really don't want to deal with you at all. And so if you can just give them a wide berth and get around them, you'll be fine.
Yeah. But we are here now indemnified from any bad that happens to you. Please understand that you should not take any of this as professional guidance and seek guidance from a professional snake wrangler. It's not us.
Yeah, and if you follow our direction, you're dumb. So.
Just in general. All right, so we start getting to some of the international input here. But Jamie Lynn, he was in Pasadena. That's in California as well. And said he rode over a rattlesnake. Not a big deal for someone that lives in Pasadena or in the Southwest, but a big deal from someone from England.
So, and that's got to be freaky. Oh, so where is a country that you will never go?
Where's a country that I will never go? Don't know. Yugoslavia. I'll probably never go to Yugoslavia.
Really? So Australia. I always wanted to go, and I will not go now because I don't like spiders. Have you seen the spiders that they have in Australia?
No, I haven't.
They're like as big as your face.
But we have a couple Australia comments in here coming up that are pretty interesting.
Australians are hardcore.
They are badasses. Yeah. So fun. I probably shouldn't tell this, but
they got giant rabbits that will kick your ass. They got everything there. You think the cactus and the heat here is bad? Man, Australia, like a little tiny bug bites you and you're dead. So
that's interesting. I got an opportunity. Well, I have a lead on an opportunity potentially to move to Australia, and I try to get my family. I'm like, you guys want to go to Australia?
No,
and they're like,
don't do it.
No.
See it from an airplane. That's about it.
All right. So this is when it starts getting crazy. So and we get into some real international stuff. And I went back and forth with Colin, and I included some of the comments here, but Colin Stunden.
Okay.
Coming down a single track, and he saw a cobra.
Oh my God!
At the trailhead. So first I'm thinking this is bullshit.
Yeah.
And he says he braked as hard as he could to not ride over it. Almost went over the bars, and landed on it.
Yep. Yeah, I told you people have done that.
Almost went over the bars and landed. He just almost, but he didn't go over the bars. Stopped a half meter away. That's when I knew this was not an American.
Yep.
Luckily, he only half hooded and moved away.
Oh.
So that's interesting. I kind of figured it out.
Yeah.
And I said, Cobra, where the hell are you riding?
Yeah.
He said, a forest in South Africa.
Wow.
Shout out to our South African listeners. Yeah. Have you heard of the band Die Antwoord?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's like one of my favorite bands. They're from South Africa.
Her voice is just amazing. So, oh my God.
I think you're freaky and I like it a lot. All right, let's keep going here.
Okay, Russell Smith. Had 2 encounters with black mambas. That's the one that you always hear about. Like, they're super dangerous.
Right.
One of the fastest, most aggressive. So this is the ones that will chase you.
Yeah. Black mambas.
Poisonous snakes in the world. The first was a snake. It was 2 meters long, he said.
2 meters. That's like 6 feet. God. That's a big ass snake.
Man, I don't want something that big that's going to chase me.
And potentially kill you if it bites you.
I mean, I think we got it good here in the desert. Like I said, rattlesnakes are not going to chase you.
Can I tell an off-color joke?
I don't care.
So 2 guys are in the wood. One gets bit by a rattlesnake in the pecker. They're way far away.
Oh, is this going to be a suck out the blood thing?
It is.
Oh my God.
So another guy calls the ambulance or calls 911, says, what do I do? And they say, well, we're too far to get to you. Your buddy's going to die. You're going to have to suck out the poison. So he comes back to his buddy, and his buddy says, well, what'd they say?
Nothing we can do.
There's nothing we can do, buddy. You're not going to make it. Sorry for the off-color joke. I've been trying to keep it clean, too, Dane. It's your fault.
Not bad. What are you blaming me for?
I don't know. You said it was okay.
Oh, yeah, I did.
All right, Frank Yeager.
Okay.
Jägermeister. Haven't had that in a while.
Nice.
Wild boar chasing me at 3 a.m. near a cemetery. So he says, don't ask, but what the hell are you riding at 3 a.m. through a cemetery?
A grave robber?
Yeah, I don't know.
know.
And this guy says crossing a spitting cobra and king cobra in a different place in time and trails.
Wow.
So obviously this is someone from either Africa or Australia.
Yeah, we got to ask them where they're from.
Yeah, some of them I did. We had so many comments. I didn't get to everybody.
I get a boar because they're aggressive.
Yeah.
That's like javelina here. You don't want to mess with them. So
All right. So we have another South African here.
Gareth.
Yeah.
And I can't do his last name.
Ochse.
Oaksey? Ochse.
How do you pronounce that, Gareth?
Gareth, you're just going to have to send us an
We're going to
audio.
say Oaksey.
Okay.
Gareth Oaksey from South Africa. What happened?
So he's been struck by snakes twice.
Struck at.
Struck at.
Snakes.
Okay. All right. Once by a relatively harmless scapsteker.
Scapstecker? No idea. I didn't look it up. I should have looked it up. I didn't.
Yeah. Sounds awesome. That should be a band name.
Scapstecker.
Where he was trying to use his bike to herd it to safely across the dirt road. That's what I was saying. I use it to walk. So.
I actually saw you do that when we were up with Pivot guys.
Yep. Yeah.
You ran that rattlesnake.
Yep.
I've never seen one do that before. Oddly, I think I would have seen it, but it was kind of close to me, and you put your front wheel right in front of it, and I felt safe.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
So it turned and struck my frame, so I left it to fend for itself. He's like, screw you, buddy.
It left the bike.
And once by a very startled black mamba. Man, black mambas, that's scary. Yeah.
Saw it rear up, swerved around a bush, and heard the zing as it struck my back tire. Wow. Did he get a flat? I wonder if he got a flat.
Wow. Well, you put that together with the story about the scorpion being flicked up and stinging the guy in the head. Imagine a black mamba being flung up by your tire and wrapping around your head.
This guy's playing Mario Brothers here because he says he used up a life.
Yes.
Because his buddy thought he had actually been bit.
That is scary, man.
All right. So we got another one by this girl.
You ever seen what is it called? Is it racer? What is it? What are they called? Black racer?
Black racers?
Yeah. I was coming down.
Little small ones that go super fast?
Super fast. I was cruising down this trail we have called Milagrosa. Yeah. And it was a section of downhill of Milagrosa that wasn't super technical. So you're just cruising. I was going probably 15, 20 miles an hour.
Yep.
And I just kind of looked over to my right and I just saw poking out of the grass a snakehead looking right at me, going the same speed as me.
Oh, Jesus.
It was really cartoony. We both looked at each other and then he just kind of took off in one direction. I kept going the way I was going. But I couldn't believe the speed of that snake. It was just right there with me. And I think I came up on it and it was running away from me and I was starting to overcome it. You just happened
to be like at the same direction.
And he freaked out.
He's like, screw this. I'm going the other way.
Yeah. So,
all right. So Dana, I don't know her.
Oh yeah. Dana again. Who's this chick?
Dane Higgins.
Let's see. This happened the other day. We were doing, a really techie trail and we were doing all these rock slabs and coming up over, and my buddy Justin came up over one and almost crashed onto a Gila monster, a huge Gila monster, probably had to be at least like body wise a foot long. And that means the tail's another half a foot. Yeah, so it's a big animal. He's a big, girthy guy. And he just hissed and he kind of went up the rock where Justin was going over. And Justin would just steered right by him. And I came up to the top, but Justin had already warned me. Yeah. And so Justin's at the bottom of the rock and I'm at the top getting ready to come down, and there's a big crack in it. And he just came up the rock and went in hissing into the crack and got out of the way. So,
you say here, that's another reason to say no to crack.
Yep. That's why you say no to crack. You don't know what's in those cracks.
So Jim Noreen said he slammed on his brakes, did his Superman over the handlebars, landed close enough to a rattlesnake that he could have kissed it.
Okay. So I have told you twice today about people flipping over.
Yeah.
Jim was on my bike when he did that. He borrowed one of my bikes and he did that on Mouse Trail. And I remember that because he told me about it. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. He goes, he freaked out, hit the brakes, and that's why I keep saying, you see a snake stretched across. If you
just bunny hop it,
either bunny hop it, run it over, whatever, but if you try and hit the brakes, you're going to probably land right on top of it. And Jim is he is the witness to that. So,
well, my good friend over at RVBS, Kind Valley Bike Service, Chris Croto, he told me a story similar to this where I can't remember if it was him or his wife, but they did the same thing. They came around a corner. I think there was people stopped and they slammed on their brakes because the people, they flipped. It was either him or his wife flipped over the bike and landed like inches, like with the snake reared up inches from their face.
Geez.
Nothing happened. They got away okay. Okay. Scary. We got another, this, I think now, I don't think there are actually these animals in America. So this has to be like in Africa or something.
Okay.
But go ahead. Lance Sam Brero.
Yeah, he said he came across a crocodile sunning itself.
Because don't we have alligators here and crocodiles like in the Nile?
I don't know. I thought one was freshwater and one was saltwater. I'm not really sure.
All right.
One's pointy, one's squared off. I don't know. One you see a while, after a while, crocodile.
Oh my God. You and then another one here from David Mills on the Alifia River State Park. I think I looked this up. It was in Florida as well. 5 foot alligator. Get off the trail.
I believe so. I was hanging out. We were in Florida, Markham Park, in I think Fort Lauderdale, and we were riding. It's crazy there because it's kind of in an urban area, and they have this tiny little park, and all the trails wind upon themselves. So there was a good 10 miles in a really small area, and it started raining. It was summer. And we took a break to get out of the rain, and we went to Ramada, which was sitting right next to a little pier and a waterway. And while we're hanging out waiting for the rain, I saw like 2 alligators go by.
Just swing by.
Yeah, and I'm just like, holy shit. Yeah. And, I'm from Arizona where I see rattlesnakes, but I don't see huge lizards.
You don't see giant alligators. I was watching this. There's like a meme out there about these golfers, and they must be golfing in Florida, and there's in a foursome, and like, how can you tell which one's the alpha? Mm-hmm. And one guy's walking up over the hill, and he sees this alligator, and he's like, ah, and like runs away. And the other one walks up, sees the alligator, looks at it, runs over and like pats it on the tail, and it like swims off into the water. Like, which one of these guys is the alpha?
I just saw a video of some woman like jumping into a lake full of alligators and wrestling an injured one, and then wrestling it out of the water and taking it over.
To help it?
To help it, yeah. It's the most hardcore thing in this lake. I don't know who she is, but she's just...
Kudos.
Amazing. Yeah.
Kudos to the old
and there's alligators all around her. She's doing this. Like, they're all sunning on the shore.
That's crazy.
And she just jumps in and grabs this one. It was crazy.
All right, we're switching categories now. What do we got?
Big animals, cattle, deer, and moose.
All right, I got my joke. You ready?
Okay, go for it.
What happens when you try talking to a cow?
Oh, God. He wants to see a movie.
That's a good one. That's not the punchline, but that's a good one. It's everything just goes in one ear and out the other.
Oh God. Mine was better.
But your movie was good. Your movie was good. All right. I gotta, before we get into this, I gotta mention here, if you go back in history.
Wait, I got a joke.
Hang on. Let me finish my thought here.
Okay.
In the Mountain Cog podcast, episodes, you can get back to episode 22. We had Sean Nelson on.
Okay.
And Sean tells a story at the 24-hour, prepping for the 24-hour race, where he got severely attacked by a bull.
Wow.
Ended up attacked by a bull.
Wow.
Like, almost killed him.
Wow.
And he tells that whole story. So if you want to hear a really amazing, and Sean's a really funny, great guy. He was a state champion cyclist.
Nice.
Great guy. But Sean Nelson, episode 22, tells a story about how he got attacked by a bull out at near the 24-hour trail. But go ahead and tell your joke.
Okay. What's a interrupting cow sound like?
I'm not going to say anything because I know this joke.
That's a little late. But...
No, because I knew the joke. So I was gonna, but I figured we'd have too much dead air there if I just wait.
Okay.
All right. So we got some big animal stories here.
All right.
All right. So this first one, I didn't even know what it was. This is S.J. Hussman. What do you think S.J.'s real name is? Sam John.
San Joaquin.
San Joaquin. San Joaquin John. Samuel
Jackson.
So I didn't even know what this was. We was riding in a trail outside of La Cruces, which is in New Mexico.
Okay.
2010, chased by an oryx.
What is an oryx?
If it were not for my buddy Nate warning me, it would have definitely gored me. I think in here it tells oryx looked like a cross between a large deer and a zebra with very large horns. They were brought to New Mexico to eat the range grass and were mostly inhabiting around the White Sands Missile Range.
Oh, I've seen them there driving.
I have too. They were originally brought in from Africa.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So the guy almost got an oryx in New Mexico. That's crazy.
There was a video of a guy going up I think it was Mount Lemon, and he was climbing, and a deer just
took him out.
And took him out. Could Could you imagine just getting nailed by it? Oh,
yeah, it's crazy.
It would hurt. And they're not light and fluffy like a rabbit. They're substantial.
If a deer hits you, that's going to be a bad day.
Bryant Hafler.
Brian Hafler, high speed
crash into a moose in Anchorage. So, and I know Bryant, he is fast. Yeah. So I can imagine how high speed that is. So,
and we rode up in Anchorage, and I can see how you could come around a corner in some of those trails, super high speed flow trails, and just wham, right? I mean, a moose is like 1,000 pounds. It's like a big animal,
and they can be mean. He said he had to leave his bike. He had to wait until the moose left to get his bike back.
Probably a good idea.
Wow.
Bev Carl Roth. She was okay. This was an interesting story, right? She was on one of the trails here, adjacent to the fence line. There were 4 cattle between me and an oncoming rider. The cattle got spooked. 3 of them literally jumped the fence.
No, I've never seen a cow.
I didn't know a cow could jump a fence. The 4th one tried, but didn't make it. Oh God.
Oh wow.
I want to see that. I'm going to have to Google. I'm going to go on a rabbit hole adventure later, like
watch cows
jumping.
Well, there's the cow jumped over the moon, but other than that, I usually identify with cows and because they can't jump. So now I got to find a new spirit animal.
And Justin, that's your buddy, Justin,
yep,
right?
Justin
says he's played NASCAR with cattle.
Oh yeah.
Racing them at Middlegate.
Yeah, and a gray fox.
And a gray fox,
yeah, super rare. So especially if it's here. So,
and then Don Couch.
Oh yeah, Don
almost had a head-on collision with a cow on the 50-year.
Yeah, 50-year. You come around the corner, and some of those cows are black. So we do a lot of night riding.
Yeah,
you come around a corner and you just can't see them. I did that on the. We were talking about Jim Noreen that flipped over onto a snake. He was coming down a trail called Mouse, which we don't ride anymore.
Okay.
And they closed the beginning. The beginning went through a neighborhood, and the people didn't like people riding their bikes
through their neighborhood.
Yeah, on the road. And so it got kind of cut off, so nobody rides it. But I remember cruising down there and almost just broadsiding a cow right in the side, and it was at night. So Don's a good guy. He's also a teammate. So you got Justin and Don right there are teammates, and they've been downhill racing. So
right on.
They're good riders.
Yeah, so a lot of cows here. Let's see if we can get to something else. All right, so here's Oscar Olmeda.
Oh.
Almost 20 years ago, my brother-in-law and I came across a family of javelinas.
Oh, God.
They look like pigs, but they're actually like rodents.
Yeah.
They have tusks.
They smell.
They smell really bad. Yeah. 2 parents and a baby javelina. And a javelina spelled with a J, by the way.
Yep.
Just casually walking along the trail, I thought it would be hilarious to chase after them. Bad idea, Oscar Olmeda. And they started running on the trail trying to get away. But then Papa Javelina was like, "No, I'm done with this." Turned around and charged at us, showing off his tusks and making a whole lot of noise. I slammed on my brakes and jumped off my bike so fast, hoping my bike would protect me from the angry animal.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they are no joke. You do not want to mess with the javelina.
So that's when you learn the hard way to respect wildlife. If you're getting anything out of this podcast, respect the wildlife.
Yeah. They will protect themselves. You don't want to mess with the javelina, and you don't want to mess with the Jesus. So
nobody messes with the
Jesus.
Yeah. That's from what is that movie? The bowling movie.
It's
Don't Roll on the Sabbath.
Oh, why?
The dude.
Yeah, why are we
the dude?
Oh my God, why can't
Caucasians? Man, a Caucasian.
No,
sounds
it's not
good.
Caucasian.
That's what he drinks. Is the Caucasians, White Russians? Oh. The dude abides.
Yes.
What movie is that?
We know everything except the name. What is going on?
It'll come back to us.
Wow.
It's not Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, but it's something like that. Anyways,
that is so bad. So
it'll come back to us. We should Google it or something.
I'm going to be so upset.
Carolyn Sizer here.
Yes.
I just put this in because I wanted people to know that here in the desert we have these cholla cactus, which kind of look like big round or oval shaped leaves with big like needles sticking out of it.
Yeah, they look like brush. Like I always think of my wife uses
like a hairbrush, like a hairbrush, like a giant hairbrush, like that shape. And the cows eat them.
Yeah.
And they often have those things stuck in there.
They're all spines, so cactus that they eat. So, yeah. So Caroline was talking about, she saw one with cholla all over its face.
Yeah. Cholla is a different kind of cactus, the worst kind.
Yeah. The jumping cactus.
Jumping cactus. Yeah. They actually jump out, or it feels like they jump out. Yeah.
Well, Abe Gold, he was
Grand Mesa, Colorado.
Grand Mesa. Yeah. Most mosquitoes I've experienced in the West, around 100 degrees, pronghorn. Oh, most what did I say? Mosquitoes.
Yeah, so he jumps from mosquitoes and goes to pronghorn antelope.
I thought we were going to hear about giant mosquitoes. I got really excited because I'm
in
from
Reserve,
Wisconsin.
New Mexico. He said he was surrounded 180 degrees by pronghorn antelopes.
Oh, wow.
60.
Wow.
Of course, his camera was stolen just 4 weeks prior.
So he couldn't take pictures? No pictures. It didn't happen. Yeah.
No proof. All right, man. Sorry. We're moving on to the next category.
All right. Let's see. The next one, smaller mammals, which crack me up.
Smaller mammals. I didn't know. This is everything that was like littler than a cow and not a reptile or a big cat.
It's like cats and dogs.
I got and we're on the second to last category. We got small mammals and then mythical creatures.
Oh, yeah.
But our small mammal here's my joke. You ready?
Okay. Go for it.
So I included kangaroos in small mammals. Maybe they're not. I think they're actually marsupials.
I guess you got two different types.
I don't think kangaroos are even mammals, so small animals.
Yeah.
Anyways, how does a kangaroo pick his favorite sports team? How does a kangaroo pick his favorite sports team?
I don't know.
He just jumps on the bandwagon. Get it? Because kangaroos jump.
Because they jump. Yeah. I was thinking Joey. No. I was thinking boxing. No. Jumping. That was pretty obvious.
Jumping kangaroos.
Yep, jumping kangaroos.
All right. What's our first one here, buddy?
Dave Schlegel. So
Dave.
He's been on. No, you haven't had him on.
We haven't had Dave on, but I met Dave for the first time a couple weeks ago down at Mount Graham when I was working with SDMB.
Yeah. Good guy. Does a lot with SDMB and our mountain bike rides. Good rider.
It seemed like I spent the day with him and a bunch of people, and he seemed like a super cool guy.
He almost hit 5 skunks. 5?
That sounds awful.
Oh my God! And he credits his brakes from keeping him from hitting them. So
they must be Shimano.
No.
Well, they're definitely not.
They probably are.
They definitely aren't SRAM.
Yeah.
Okay, so this guy Russell Van Leeuwen. He ran over a wallaby.
Oh, wow. Now, so is a wallaby
I didn't get a chance to look it up.
I thought a wallaby and a kangaroo were the same.
I don't know. But he says, I had a kangaroo jump across my handlebars.
Wow. So maybe one's bigger than the other. I don't know. I don't know what a wallaby. I'm going to have to Google that.
I don't know where this place is that Eric Jack.
Eric Jack.
In Texoma? What is Texoma?
Middle of nowhere. It says right here, 60 miles in the middle of nowhere.
Okay.
I wondered what was 60 miles in the middle of nowhere.
Texoma.
Yeah. So an armadillo. I would like to see an armadillo.
Don't they carry leprosy?
Oh, really?
Someone told me that you can get leprosy from armadillos.
Cereal?
Yeah.
I never heard that.
Cereal. Said it reared up and scolded me for being out there.
Oh man, I would
at least 20 seconds.
Well, they get in the balls, and I want to kick one.
Yeah.
So probably not the nicest thing to do. But
I didn't include. There was a lot of dog comments. I didn't include the dog comments.
Lots. There's always. Yeah.
If you're riding through neighborhoods, or whatever. Yep. But crazy ass pit bull off the leash chased me down the whole Bowen Trail from Yetman to the resort.
Oh wow!
Said he got a PR.
Yeah. Motivation. That's awesome.
All right, this one's crazy. Go ahead.
Jay Catlow. Let's see, 200 yards behind a rider in a low slung trike. Is that
I'm thinking like a recumbent.
Yeah, recumbent trike. Yeah. When out of the Rito, a coyote popped up and started chasing that rider. Oh God! Because he's already halfway down to the ground.
Yep.
I went into my version of overdrive, and about 30 seconds before the coyote caught up to that rider, I was about 15 seconds behind the coyote and yelled as loud as I could. Coyote looked back, saw me, dove back into the wash, and the rider never knew what happened. Wow. That guy doesn't even know how lucky he was, to have Jay Catlow behind him. So, wow. I've never seen coyotes go
after people.
Me
neither. They're usually pretty skittish. Yeah. They're trying to get away from you.
But if you know a recumbent bike, you're laying. It's like you're laying on the ground, and I imagine they are just trying to figure out what it is, and it's running.
Yeah.
So
maybe it's lunch. All right, we'll skip over the multiple ones and go on to the mythical creatures.
Okay.
Here. I got my joke. You're right. This is my favorite one.
Okay.
My favorite joke of the day.
Okay.
What do they call Bigfoot in Europe?
Big meter.
Yes, you got it. Yes. First time ever that someone's got one of the jokes on the podcast. Big meter,
but it's not a meter, right? A meter is 3 feet.
Whatever, dude. Stop getting all technical. You got it. Just revel in.
That's awesome.
Okay, this is where it gets kind of crazy, and this is where I put everything
Okay.
There's a couple people that like claim to be really serious about what they see here, and there's a couple people that are definitely poking fun.
I have not read these.
Okay, so first one is from Rick Steffi.
Okay.
And he says he was riding near Mount Fuji, and there he was, fucking Godzilla. Needless to say, I cut my ride short. So I had to ask him a question. I said, was Mothra there? And he said, I scanned the horizon as I beat my hasty retreat, but luckily Mothra was a no-show.
Nice.
Nor that aggravating Yoko wannabe that seems to call Mothra.
I don't know that one.
I don't even understand that at all.
Okay, so I got a question for you. Godzilla.
Yeah.
Good guy or bad guy?
I have no idea.
Do you watch any of them?
No.
Oh, Turner's obsessed with them right now.
Yeah. Are they good when my boys like them?
I like them. So there's a whole new series out now that's kind of, they tie them all together with like King Kong.
Okay.
And they kind of have this.
I think I saw that King Kong versus Godzilla or whatever.
Godzilla. And then there's a bunch of them. There's even a show called Monarch, but there's this organization Monarch in this storyline. Anyway, it's it's always this thing. He destroys cities, but he's protecting from other monsters. So is he a good guy or a bad guy? So,
he's just like the state, like not the State Puff, but like maybe like Homer Simpson or something, just clumsy, and he's kind of just knocking down buildings because he's so big, but he's really there to help everybody.
Yeah, like I think the theory is that he's like the alpha, and he just takes out the other monsters, but somehow he's trying to protect people, even though he's stepping on them and eating them.
Godzilla.
Godzilla.
Okay.
All right. Eric Evans.
All right. So this guy, he's claiming to be like honest about this, but go ahead.
You know what though? I mean,
people have seen weird stuff.
People see new stuff all the time. They just discovered a new fish, I'm sure, every day.
Okay.
There's probably another new fish that they found.
Don't know.
So, was in northern Michigan riding at dusk and saw what the F. I stopped riding trails for 10 years. Be careful out there.
So he included a picture, which I didn't put here.
No way.
The picture was Bigfoot.
No. Well, okay. But he just, grabbed it off the internet. It's not like his picture.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it came from the internet.
All right.
So I said, shut the front door. Are you messing with us?
Yeah.
He said, I wish I was.
Wow.
What do you guys think? You think Eric Evans is telling us the truth here? Did he really see Bigfoot?
Did I tell you my alien story?
No, I got one too. Go ahead.
So I was sitting at, we were going to go ride at night.
Course.
And we were getting our bikes ready. Don't have our lights yet, and we're getting ready, and it's dark, and this light in the sky just turns on.
Yeah.
This is over Reddington, and I think I have said this on the thing. The light turns on.
It's a podcast.
Yeah, sorry. The thing, the stuff where we talk.
The thing, that place where you make me talk into a microphone.
I got to keep my head still. But we're in Reddington. I see this light just turn on in the middle of the sky and just hover there and not move. And it just freaked me out. And my buddy and I were freaked out. We canceled our ride. We got back in our car and we were just kind of freaked out. Come to find out it's an airplane. It's the flight path coming into Davis Mountain.
Yeah.
And right over the hill there is where they turn their landing lights on. And because they were coming straight at us, we could not tell that it was getting closer. We just thought it was hovering. So Eric, whatever he saw could totally believe what he saw, and who knows what it is.
Could have been real. I'm going to tell you my alien story off the air so that I can keep my clearance. But all right, let's go into Ivan Alvarez.
All right. One time I saw El Chupacabra over at Pistol Hill on a night ride. I totally believe that.
What is El Chupacabra? Because this is a Mexican folklore thing. So folks that don't live in the desert Southwest probably don't know what El Chupacabra is.
I don't honestly know, but they say it's like a blood-sucking.
It's like it attacks goats and sucks their blood. It's like a vampire animal that like a vampire evil animal that attacks goats.
So I have seen pictures of these weird things, and
that people claim are the chupacabra.
Yeah, exactly. Here in Tucson, and I think what they are, at least the ones that I've seen, are coyotes with mange. Where they've lost a bunch of their hair, and they really look weird, and
that totally could look like, and their teeth are all messed up,
and they're just like they've got mange and stuff. So and they're just uneven and just really weird looking.
So we had an fathomable amount of people that had seen the next creature.
Oh God, what is it?
I only included one.
Okay,
it's Scott Tanney. Says he was flying down this trail with very tall grass, came around the bend and almost creamed a Karen.
Oh, yeah.
Fortunately, I was paying attention and stopped about 6 feet in front of this horrifying creature. It wasn't paying attention due to her earbuds. It hissed at me, but didn't strike, and I was able to get away.
Nice. Unscathed.
Don't be a Karen. Don't be a Karen.
I thought he was talking about the actual Karens, the piles of rocks.
No, it's
because every time I see those, I go, "Hey, Karen!"
This is like an angry old woman that doesn't like what you're doing.
Oh yeah, slow down. Have you ever crept by some hikers and had them just like shouting at you, "Slow down," and you're going like
2 miles an hour?
Not even. Yeah. Like 1 mile an hour, total control, and they're like, "Slow down, you're gonna kill somebody." So,
well, hey, dual use trails, guys. We got to respect everybody. Be nice. Just don't be a jerk. Just be nice on the trail.
Yep. Be nice. Be cool. Be cool.
All right, we got 2 more here.
Okay, Tucson Rider. So meet up.
You think that's really his name?
No,
probably not.
I'm gonna say no. Maybe. I know who this is, but I can't.
You can't say it.
I can't picture him right now.
Okay.
So
they came across
you get those
crazy wild animals.
Yeah, you get those Facebook names, and then you get their real names.
Yeah,
and they
like Lois. By the way, Lois isn't her real name.
No, it's Kathy.
Catherine.
I think.
Yes.
Yeah, Lois is her horse's name.
It was, yeah. And then she created as her online presence. And so when she introduced herself to us, she's like, well, most people call me Lois, but my real name is Catherine.
Yeah. It cracks me up because I called her that.
She's a super cool chick, man.
He met up with crazy wild animals, called themselves Old Pueblo Mountain Bike.
Says he's traumatized for life.
Yep, totally. Yep. Yeah. Those crazy animals will change your life. That's for sure.
And the final one, and my favorite one, from James Van Vorst.
Yes.
He was in a bar.
Yep.
In Big Sky, Montana.
Yep. And he was stalked by a cougar.
So I asked him, did it get you? And he said, I don't remember.
Oh, that's good. Do you know what James's nickname is?
No, I don't.
Short Bus James.
Short Bus James. All right. Thanks, Short Bus James.
Yep.
All right. So that's our listener inputted and fan inputted content responding to our question of their craziest animal adventures. If you have others, let us know. I want to remind everyone in the last podcast that we issued a challenge, and that challenge was to bring a new person into the mountain bike community, to bring a new rider. I'd like to do maybe in a future episode, a little profile about like how they could do that. Like what's the right size extra bike to have and what kind of bike should you consider and what are the best budget bikes? Maybe we can help give some guides for that. Yeah. Maybe we'll talk about that in the future. Let us know through our fan mail if you're interested and get that link in our show notes there. Dane, you got any final thoughts for our listeners, buddy?
No. We talked a lot about animals and we were joking around a lot, but you do need to be careful. You want to be careful, not messing with them, not messing with their habitats, ride, and coexist as much as possible. I talked about, running over snakes, and I was joking around, but I am, I want you to be careful. You informed me that could be hurting them, and we definitely don't want that, and tarantulas. We didn't have anyone mention tarantulas.
No, because I see them all the time, but they don't really like.
So as much as I don't like spiders, they're the ones I'm worried about because they're kind of brittle.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So there's the one. And then we didn't talk about something else that I think everybody should know.
What's that?
When you night ride in the desert, you will see your lights reflected by all the spider eyes.
Yeah.
That are on the
spider eyes all over the ground.
So that glittery ground that you think is just broken glass or something.
It's spider eyes.
Spiders looking at you.
Totally crazy.
So that's my last thought for the day.
All right, team. We love you guys. Have a great day. Take care.